Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Harrison County High School Baseball. I'm Jim Swinford, coming to you from the Hilltop on Mack Whitaker Field, where this afternoon the Thoroughbreds will be taking on the Blue Jackets of Nicholas County. These two teams got together just a week ago, in fact, exactly a week ago, last Monday over in Carlisle. That was a game that Harrison County won 14-4, and now we'll try to sweep the regular season series between the two schools. Thoroughbreds rocking right along at 20-2 on the season. They've won 8 games in a row heading into tonight's game, including all 3 games in the Harris Memorial Hospital Invitational over the weekend. The Breds are scoring well over 11 runs per game, which makes a lot of other things easier to do. And the pitching-wise, our pitching staff as a whole, an ERA of 2.03, which is 9th best in the state. Well, while the umpires and coaches are exchanging lineups, we'll take this opportunity to take it back to the station to Ted Beam from First Methodist Church with today's pregame prayer.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for your incredible love
and
grace
to
us.
Yes, please.
We thank you for your faithfulness. We thank you for your attentiveness to us. We thank you for how you've sent Jesus to come to live among us, to die on our behalf, that we could have our sins forgiven, that we could be born again, that we could be reconciled to you. We thank you for having him rise again. It is a tremendous thing that you've offered life to us, and we are grateful. We do thank you for the teams tonight, all the players, the coaches, the officials. Will you make this event tonight, this game, a wonderful time for these athletes, that they will learn more about sportsmanship, about teamwork, about making an effort, about working together, and just those lessons that they can carry with them throughout their lives. We ask you to protect them all from injuries, and that you will bless this in a wonderful way, that they will go home tonight knowing that they did their best and they're pleased with themselves for their efforts. We do ask you to hold them in the palm of your hand. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm Ted Beam, pastor of First Methodist Church in Cynthiana at the corner of Pike Street and Church Street. I hope you come worship with us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m.
All right, back here at the Hilltop. Let's take a look now at the starting batting order for Nicholas County, who will be coming in with a 4-game winning streak and a record of 13-10. Leading off will be their center fielder, Bentley Crump. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Jackson Zimmerman. The third place batter will be the shortstop, Jaden Robinson. Cleaning up today for Nicholas will be the first baseman, Asher Holland. He'll be followed by Cash Linville, who will be on the mound. Batting sixth, the catcher, Braxton Manier. He'll be followed in the 7th spot by the right fielder, Avery Seibert. Batting 8th, Easton Adams, the third baseman. And rounding out the batting order today for Nicholas County will be their left fielder, Ethan Ritchie. So once again for Nicholas, Crump, Zimmerman, Robinson, Holland, Linville, Manier, Seibert, Adams, and Ritchie. Defensively for the Thoroughbreds, B.J. Napier's behind the plate with Jordan Persinger at first and Cooper Slade at second. Blake Green is at third, makes that shortstop with Russ Persinger at third, and left to right in the outfield, Easton Martin, along with Donovan Walker, and over in right field, Simon Jenkins, all backing up the pitching of Ian Hopkins. Hopkins getting his first chance to pitch at the varsity level today as we continue in our search for that solid, committed, and consistent third starter for the postseason, which is not tomorrow by any means, but not that far away. In fact, just about after tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, should have counted before, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games left in the regular season over the next 2+ weeks or so. Kind of a blustery day here on the Hilltop. The wind is blowing out towards left center field with pretty good gusts, overcast skies. Temperature's all right, but just kind of an icky day for a baseball game here on the Hilltop. Nicholas County has had kind of an up and down season. They won 4 of their first 6, but then lost 5 in a row. They then won 3 out of 4 before losing 2 out of 3, and now have won 4 straight. So if they can catch their peak at just the right moment, they could make some damage in the regional tournament. We'll just have to wait and see when that time comes. Once again, Crump, Zimmerman, and Robinson, the first 3 batters to come to the plate for Nicholas County here in the top of the first inning. Of course, Josh Earlywine, the coach over at Nicholas County. Crump, the center fielder, taking a look at his numbers on the year, batting .356. Has 4 doubles, a triple, a home run. Has also driven in 8 while scoring a team-high 30 runs. Right-handed batter wheels the bat around as Hopkins looks in to Napier for the sign. And the pitch is going to be on the inside corner for strike 1. Hopkins on the mound, a freshman. The wind in the next pitch is a pop-up down the right field line. Chasing after it, Jordan Persinger, now giving way to the second baseman, Cooper Slade, who will make the catch. Actually, it was Simon Jenkins in right field who made that catch for out number 1. They'll bring Jackson Zimmerman to the plate. Zimmerman playing over at second base today. He leads the team in batting at .467. Has 3 doubles and a team-high 26 RBIs. Also leads the team in hits with 28. First pitch to him is on the inside corner for strike 1. Reds will be back in action tomorrow, weather willing, as we'll host Bishop Brossart. Here's a fly ball, a pop fly rather, into shallow left center field. It'll be caught by Green. There are now 2 outs in the inning. Brings Jaden Robinson, the shortstop, to the plate. Robinson, a junior on the year, batting .383. Got 5 doubles, which is tied for most on the team. 2 triples, and has walked 19 times. Here's a foul ball over the third base dugout for strike 1. Robinson wears number 5 on the back of his jersey. Steps back in there as Napier flashes the sign to Hopkins. The wind and the 0-1 is going to be just a bit outside as the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. No score. We're just underway. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the first for Nicholas County. Here's a fly ball down the left field line and will sail out of play. The count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now, Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more. The wind and the next pitch is going to be a slow roller back to the mound, knocked down by Hopkins. He'll throw over to first base to complete the out. As here in the top of the first, the Blue Jackets go down 1-2-3. So as we head to the bottom of the first, your score, Nicholas County nothing and Harrison County coming to bat. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Trish Jenkins today at 859-588-5590 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
As we head to the bottom half of the first inning, Harrison County will see what they can do against Cash Linville, who's on the mound for the Blue Jackets. Leading off for the Thoroughbreds will be the pitcher, Ian Hopkins. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Blake Green. Third place batter is Cooper Slade, who's over at second. He'll be followed by Walker, who's in center field. Fifth place batter, Jordan Persinger. He's over at first base. He'll be followed by the catcher, B.J. Napier. Batting seventh will be Russ Persinger, the third baseman. He'll be followed by Dre Roberts, who's the designated hitter of the day. Batting for the right fielder, Simon Jenkins. And rounding out the batting order will be Easton Martin, the left fielder. So once again for the Breds, Hopkins, Green, Slade, Walker, Jordan Persinger, Napier, Russ Persinger, Roberts, and Martin. Defensively for Nicholas County, Braxton Manier is behind the plate with Asher Holland at first and Jackson Zimmerman at second. Easton Adams is the third baseman with Jaden Robinson at short. Ethan Ritchie's in left. Bentley Crump is in center with Avery Seibert in right. All backing up the pitching of Cash Linville. Linville, a junior, making his 7th appearance. They've all been starts. He's thrown 20 innings, giving up 25 hits and 24 walks while striking out 14. He's given up 28 runs, 23 of which have been earned. Has a record of 1-2 and an ERA of 8.05 as the first pitch is high and inside to Hopkins for ball 1. Hopkins on the year batting .423. Very solid for the freshman. 3 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs, which is second best on the team. Next pitch taken for a strike as the count evens up at 1-1. Next pitch is going to sail outside for ball 2. Hopkins looks down to Coach Whitaker in the third base coaching box. The wind and the delivery from Linville is going to be fouled off to the right side. That'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score. We're in the bottom half of the first inning in this contest between the Breds and the Blue Jackets. Outfield playing Ian about halfway. Here's a bouncer backhanded by the third baseman Adams. His throw to first base is going to sail away and off of the fence in behind first base. So an error committed by the third baseman Adams, who made a nice stab at it just to catch the ball. Over at first base, we'll have a courtesy runner as Blake Green will come to the plate. And now we're going to change our courtesy runners. So Landon Custard will come out now. So Custard running at first base for Hopkins with Green at the plate. Green now batting an even .400. 7 doubles, which is most on the team. 4 home runs, which is tied for second most. He also has recorded 14 RBIs and has 32 runs scored. Both of those are team leadership. Now time called as Coach calls Green down about halfway between third and home. Very short conversation, and we'll get back to action. Over at third base, Adams right at the edge of the infield grass. Custard at first. He has 7 steals on the year and a good lead right now. Checking him out, the left-handed pitching Linville, and a throw over is not in time. Good crowd on hand for today's game. Yeah, got a few people from Carlisle and headquarters and Points East come here to watch their Blue Jackets play. Flashing the sign to the mound is Manier, and the pitch is going to be a little bit high for ball 1. Breds with 20 wins on the season, looking for 21 today. With the bat on his right shoulder, Green awaits the next pitch, but first a throw over to first. It's not in time. The way the wind is blowing out towards left center, if somebody can get a ball into the jet stream, it's going to carry out of here. As the next pitch is delivered, and it's up high for a ball. Down to second base goes Custard, and he slides in under the tag. This count goes to 2-0 on Green. 8 steals now on the season for Custard. With runners in scoring position this year, Green batting an even .400. Look back at second by Linville. And the pitch to Green is up high as the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Imagine at this point, here in the bottom of the first, that Green will be taking all the way on this next delivery to him from Linville. Custard takes his lead. The pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 4. So a walk issued by Linville brings Cooper Slade to the plate. Slade playing at second base. Cooper on the year batting a team high .482. 6 doubles and a triple. He's also picked up a team high 27 base hits and right now is riding the wings of a 7-game hitting streak. Runners take their leads at first and second. Over at first base, Holland in on the infield grass. Here's a bunt attempt that's bunted foul and out of play behind us for strike one. Well, the things that this team, as good as they are, still has to work at is bunting. But still, with 11 games left in the season, that's plenty of time to get that fixed before the district tournament begins. Scoring to bunt once again is Slade. He bunts it foul. Now finds himself in the hole 0-2. Reds trying to pick up their first run of the game. Slade on the year batting a team high, well, second on the team, 478 with runners in scoring position. So ordinarily a good man to have at the bat in this situation. Sneaking down from first is Holland, and the pitch is sliced foul and out of play to the right side. The count will remain 0-2. Talking about the Breds and Brossart tomorrow. Harrison County's already beaten the Mustangs once this year. That was back in late March, 10-0. Weather permitting. Crowding the plate quite a bit now is Slade with an 0-2 count on him. And the pitch is a little looper to the right side on an infield fly. The ball is caught by the first baseman, Holland, for out number one. That'll bring Donovan Walker to the plate. Walker, the center fielder for Harrison County, batting .367. 5 doubles, a team-high 8 home runs, which is also tied for the most in the state. He's also driven in 14. Wrong line. Driven in 32. That's a team best 32 RBIs for Walker and 22 base hits. Look back at second by Linville, and the pitch to Walker is going to be a little high for ball one. As a team, Harrison County has hit 22 home runs this year, which is also most in the Commonwealth. All year long, this has been a very, very good hitting team. Next pitch to Walker is a bouncer through the hole on the right side of the infield. Coming around third and heading for a home is Landon Custer. The throw into the infield will be cut off. So an RBI single by Donovan Walker, his team high 33rd of the year, puts Harrison County up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Green made his way over to third base on that 2-scooter single. And Walker over at first. Jordan Persinger, the bat now. Walker being held on at first base by Holland. Linville takes a look over there at him. And the pitch is high and inside and down to second base standing with the stolen base will be Walker. So 2 Thoroughbreds in scoring position now. They already lead 1-0. Jordan Persinger on the season, batting .300, 4 doubles, a home run. He's also driven in 15. Next pitch is a pop-up into shallow left field. Going out is the second base or shortstop. He almost runs into the left fielder, and I think because they've heard the footsteps of each other coming, the ball drops in between them. So scoring will be Green to make it 2-0. And the runners, otherwise on base, had to wait to make sure that that ball wasn't caught, or else they'd be for sure home. Anyway, Jordan Persinger makes his way down to second base on the double. It's a mental error, not a physical error. Now I'll bring Mr. Consistency of late, B.J. Napier, to the plate. B.J. with 7 RBIs in his last 3 ball games. Now stands in there for the first time in this game and takes strike one. Napier on the year has raised his average to .264. Just last week it was .210. 6 doubles, a homer, and 21 RBIs. Next pitch is a pop-up on the right side of the infield, calling for it Holland, the first baseman. He'll give way to the second baseman, Zimmerman, who will make the catch for out number 2. Runners remain at second and third as Russ Persinger will come to the plate. Persinger on the air, batting a solid .438. That's second best on the team. Has a double, a triple, a home run, and 26 RBIs, which is second most on the team. Checking the runners, Linville. And the pitch is going to stay up high for ball one. Reds lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Persinger steps back in as Linville gets the sign from Manier. And the pitch is going to sail outside for ball two. Reds have been very adept this season at scoring runs in bunches in the first inning just to go ahead and put the pressure on the other team, and doing it again today. Next pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Manier to keep the ball in front of him. And Walker is still at third base. However, the count goes to 3-0. First base is open. As the next pitch is about to be delivered. From the stretch, Linville. And the 3-0 is going to be a strike. Count goes to 3-1. Walker takes his lead over at third, as does Jordan Persinger at second. And the 3-1 to Russ is a bouncing ball to second, gobbled up by the second baseman Zimmerman. He'll throw over to first base to get the out and end the inning. But the Thoroughbreds do pick up a couple of runs in the frame. They did it on the strength of just two base hits. There was one error and two left. As we head now to the top of the second, your score, Harrison County 2 and Nicholas County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Alrighty, back up here at the Hilltop. We're heading to the top of the second of this contest between the Breds and the Blue Jackets. Harrison County up 2-0. Here in the top of the second, the middle third of the order coming up for the Blue Jackets, Asher Holland, Cash Linville, and Braxton Manier. Back on the mound, Ian Hopkins, the starter today. Pitch is going to be taken at the knees for strike one at the time by Holland. Holland on the season, batting a solid .406, 4 doubles and 16 RBIs. He also has 26 base hits. Here's a pop fly down the right field line in foul territory, and the wind was really playing tricks on it to the point where Jordan Persinger thought he had it, but the wind carried it away from him, and it just drops innocently as strike number 2. Harrison County, their maroon tops with Breds and block letters across the front, their pinstripe white baseball pants. Here's a little looper to the right side that's caught by the second baseman, Cooper Slade, for the first out of the inning. Cash Linville to the plate now. Linville pitching today. And we'll head on over to the dugout to maybe get a new bat, or at least to retape the one he's got. Linville is batting .391. There's some big-time averages in this lineup. 5 doubles and a triple. So the next pitch is a slow roll to the right side. Charging hard is Slade. He'll fire it to first base in time to retire Linville for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down will bring Braxton Manier to the plate. Manier catching today. He is averaging .271. 2 doubles, a triple, and leads the team in getting hit by a pitch. He's been hit by a pitch 9 times this season. First delivery to him from Hopkins is going to be low and outside for ball one. Hopkins, in his first ever varsity start, has retired the first 5 batters he's faced. So looking like a veteran out there. Next pitch is going to be down low as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Number 14 levels the bat as the next pitch is delivered. A chopper fair down the left field line. That was fair by about an inch. So a 2-out single by Manier keeps the inning going for the Blue Jackets. At the plate, Avery Seibert. Seibert, the right fielder. He hadn't batted too often this year, but when he has, he's made it count, going a perfect 4 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs. Over at first base, Jordan Persinger holding Manier on. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and Phillies as the next pitch is taken for a strike by Seibert, who finds himself now in the hole 0-2. 2-0 Harrison County leads here in the top of the second inning. Next pitch to Seibert. Drops right on in there for strike 3. Our first Joe Cochran at State Farm strikeout of the day. No runs, a hit, no errors. There was 1 man left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the second with your score. Harrison County 2 and Nicholas County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Mary Todd Ashbrook today at 859-588-1520 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Here on the hilltop, Harrison County up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. For the Breds, it'll be Dre Roberts, Easton Martin, and then back to the top of the order, and Ian Hopkins. Breds scoring a couple of runs in the first inning, one of which was unearned, but it was gained nonetheless. Taking a look at Roberts' numbers on the year. Find him here, batting now .355. A couple of doubles, a home run, and 13 RBIs. He's the designated hitter batting for the right fielder, Simon Jenkins. Cash Linville back on the mound for the Blue Jackets. At El Paracutan Daily Lunch Specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan to visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Roberts, a senior. One of 6 seniors on this year's team. First pitch to him is going to be low and inside for ball 1. Roberts, one of those guys that was playing just limited amount of time early in the season, but now in there just about every day. Next pitch is going to stay up high as the count goes to 2-0. Outfield playing him fairly deep as the wind still blows out to left center. And the pitch is going to be up high. 3-0 the count now to Roberts. Gets the sign before stepping back into the batter's box and crowds the plate a little bit. And the 3-0 delivery is right down Main Street. The count goes to 3-1. Waggling the bat over his right shoulder is Roberts as the pitch is thrown and fouled off. Oh, and that one jumped up and bit him. They'll load up the count, though, at 3-2 as Roberts walks off that foul ball that hopped up and got him. Now I think he's close to being ready to go. Roberts batting .375 with a 2-strike count on him, which is pretty remarkable. You usually don't see that kind of average in 2-strike situations. The wind and the next pitch is fouled off and out of play to the right side. The count remains full at 3-2 for Roberts. That's his 5th 2-strike foul ball this season. Dre stands in and awaits the next pitch. And the payoff once again is popped up down the right side, but curling foul and out of play. Well, not out of play. They just didn't catch up with it. So a couple of 2-strike foul balls by Roberts, making Linville work here, starting things off in the bottom of the second. This will be the 8th pitch of this plate appearance. Cloudy skies still overhead, but from what I understand, the rain's not supposed to get here for a couple of hours, so I think we'll be all right. Here's a shot to left field for a base hit. Roberts just continues to find ways of getting on base. So with the runner on first and nobody down, Easton Martin to the plate. Let's see here. Martin batting .295 on the season. 4 doubles, a home run, and 9 RBIs. Over at first base, Holland holding Roberts on. Linville takes a look over there as well. Over at third, Adams a couple of steps in on the infield grass. And the pitch from Linville is bunted to the left side. A nice bunt that time by Martin. Here's the throw to first base by Adams, which is going to be in time. Well, now they're going to say that Easton was safe over at first on a bang-bang play. Over to third base went Roberts on the play. So runners on the corners. So we go back to the top of the order, and Ian Hopkins. Hopkins reached on an error. His first time up. Over at first base, Holland holding Martin on as Roberts wanders away from the third base bag. Throw to first base, but not in time. Now coming home is Dre Roberts as the ball squared away from the first baseman. And another run scores for Harrison County on the error by the first baseman. So 3-0 your score. And Martin in scoring position down at second base. Hopkins at the plate. Ian on the air batting an even .500 with runners in scoring position. That's the best on the team. Linville takes a look back at second base. And the pitch to Hopkins is going to sail high for a ball. Bread's up 3-0. Trying to score a few more here. Linville will look back at second base again. And the pitch is going to be down low, they're going to say. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Trying to keep the runner at second close, the second baseman Zimmerman. And the pitch to the plate is up high and outside. This count goes to 3-0 on Hopkins. He's hitting so well right now. I almost want to give him the green light in this situation. We'll see what coach's thoughts are. As Linville gets the sign from Benier. And fires the 3-0 to the plate. Taking all the way was Hopkins. It comes right down Main Street for strike one. 3-1 the count now. A run already in the inning here in the bottom of the second for the Breds. They've got a runner on second and nobody out. Playing the Blue Jackets for the second time this season. Winning 14-4 in Carlisle just last Monday. Next pitch is high and tight, 4-4. So that'll put runners at first and second for Blake Green. Green walked and scored his first time up. I think we made mention that Green is batting .400 this year with runners in scoring position. Basically, everybody's hitting well in all types of situations. First pitch is going to be up high for ball 1. As a team, Harrison County 6th in Kentucky in base hits with 214. Next pitch is going to be low and outside. This count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Green levels the bat on his right shoulder as Manier flashes the sign to the mound. A look back at second by Linville, and the pitch is going to be at the knees for strike 1. Breds 20-2 on the year. Nicholas makes that 13-10. And the pitch is swatted down the left field line, and it's going to be a foul ball. Just had too much hook on it. The count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Green batting .333 this season with a 2-strike count on him, which is respectable. Wind still gusting out towards left center field. And the break even is another foul ball down the left field line. He's wearing that left field line out. Just needs to start trying to make it fair. This count remains 2-2. Base hit would score at least Martin from second base. Runners take their leads. And the 2-2 once again. Popped up and fouled now to play. So a couple of 2-strike foul balls have kept Green alive in this plate appearance. It's a way to battle. Linville trying to keep the Breds off the scoreboard anymore. Now I throw back to second, but not in time. The Del Paracutan Daily Lunch Specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan to visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Once again, the 2-2 pitch from Linville to the plate. It's going to be outside. Now load up the count at 3-2. This will be the 8th pitch of this plate appearance for Green as he's really making Linville work. Roberts also worked an 8-pitch appearance as well. And the next pitch is going to be taken for strike 3. So with 1 out, and those runners still at first and second, Cooper Slade to the plate. Cooper popped out to first when he came to bat before. Slade trying to get at least 1 run home. Look back at second by Linville. And the pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, along with the game tomorrow here on the Hilltop against Bishop Brossart, Thoroughbreds will play on Wednesday at Montgomery County. That'll be a good matchup. The game will start at 5:30. Then on Friday, we'll have our alumni night. So next pitch is high. Gets away from the catcher. And both runners will move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. One and one the count to Slade. Yeah, the alumni night, if you want to come up here and take some swings. 5 o'clock is the time you need to be here. They'll take a picture at 6:15. And then the game against Bryan Station after that, as the Defenders are coming to town. Next pitch is outside and high to Slade as the count goes to 2-1. Infield in for the Blue Jackets. Now the middle infielder is moving back about halfway. First and third baseman both in on the infield grass. Next pitch to Slade is going to find its way across the plate, evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-0 your score. Harrison County in the lead here in the bottom of the second. They scored 2 in the first, and already a run here in the second with just 1 out. Linville winds and fires the next pitch, a curveball that stays inside, and that'll run the count full at 3-2. This is the third of 4 batters, 4 or 5 batters who've gone to a 3-ball count on Linville. Payoff pitch is a bouncer underneath the gloves of both the third baseman and shortstop. Coming home to score will be Martin. Right on his heels will be Landon Custard, and on the throw to the plate, alertly down to second base will go Slade as Harrison County builds the lead now to 5-0. Yeah, that ball just snuck under both the gloves of shortstop and third baseman. So 2 more RBIs for Slade, who builds that to 18 on the season. Now the battery talking to each other. Single, 2 RBIs. EYE 3 plus SS. I think that's all. Yeah. Conversation on the mound over. Now bring Donovan Walker to the plate. Donovan, a run-scoring single his first time up. Now no throw back to second because no one's covering. Walker on the year batting .367 with runners in scoring position. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And the next pitch is going to be taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. One out, yes. The wind and the pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate again. Donovan doesn't like that call. This count goes to 0-2. Wheels the bat around with a little bit of determination. As Linville gets the sign from Manier and checks out Slade down at second. And the 0-2 is a little excuse me swing foul to the right side. This count remains 0-2. For over 70 years, Weber's Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Walker stands back in. Reds up 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. And the next pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Manier. However, the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting Walker back in. Look back at second. And the 1-2 in the dirt. Once again, nice stop by Manier as the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Although the Phillies varsity is at Madison Central today, the JV and freshmen have a game here on the hilltop. So you got some people who have divided their cars in between watching the baseball and the softball games. Break-even pitch is going to be a pop-up foul and out of play to the left side. So the count will remain at 2-2. Gosh, it seems like it's been a long inning. Tapping the plate with his bat is Walker. Harrison County leading 5-0. They got 2 in the first and 3 more in the second. 1 out, 1 on. And the break even once again is going to be popped up in behind the plate and out of play. Ooh, close to where I parked my car. But I didn't hear any glass, and people aren't staring over that direction. So I think it's all good. Walker stands back in. Just needs to straighten one out here. Outfield understandably playing him deep as he has 8 home runs, which is tied for most in the state. Next pitch is a high chopper to the right side, but foul once again. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4 two-strike foul balls. And the 9th pitch of this plate appearance coming up as Walker and the pitcher Cash Linville battling each other. Still 2-2. Wind has shifted more right to left now. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So with 2 outs and that runner still down at second, Jordan Persinger returns to the plate. Jordan doubled to center field when he came up the first time, but got no farther. Number 17, a left-handed batter. Linville a long look to second before throwing the first pitch, which is down low for a ball. Jordan stands back in. Chokes up on the bat handle about an inch. And the 1-0 pitch is very high. Pops out of the middle of the near, but not far enough away for any advancement by Slade down at second base. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Talking about the Phillies, they're 23-4 and have won 10 straight games. But Madison Central always a tough team, and they'll have their hands full over in Richmond. This next pitch is fouled off to the right side. If you want to catch all the action of the Phillies in Madison Central, they're soon to be playing on our app. I think the game starts at 6. So turn over your app to 1013 and you can hear Ed Lewis bring you all the action of the Phillies. Check of the runners by Linville, and the 2-1 pitch is fouled off. Evens things up at 2-2 as the home plate umpire gets some new baseballs, as we've had several foul out of play. Jordan Persinger batting .444 this year with runners in scoring position. And the break even to the plate is up high, ball 3. Loads up the count of 3-2. We've been here before. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th of 7 batters to go to a 3-ball count on Linville, as his pitch count is exploding. Now a throw back to second. It hits off of Slade, but not far enough away for him to advance. So he'll stay where he is and have a little strawberry around where he got hit in the morning. Jordan Persinger levels the bat. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will end the inning. But the Breds do come up with 3 runs. They did it on the strength of 3 base hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. We're heading now to the top half of the third with your score. Harrison County 5 and Nicholas County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Katie Bowman today at 859-595-4234 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
All right, as we're heading now to the top of the third. Harrison County up 5-0 for the Blue Jackets. It'll be Easton Adams, Ethan Ritchie, and then back to the top and Bentley Crump. Ian Hopkins back on the mound. Easton Adams at the plate this season is a freshman batting .278, has 3 doubles and 6 RBIs, and leads the team in stolen bases with 10. The wind and the first pitch is going to be fouled off the press box for strike one. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Leveling the bat, Adams, the third baseman, and the next pitch is going to be a pop-up in the infield on the left side. Calling everyone off is Green, who will make the grab for out number one. So one up and one down will bring Ethan Ritchie to the plate. He's the left fielder. Ritchie, a freshman, batting .365. Like I said, all these guys can hit. A couple of doubles and 16 RBIs. Ritchie, a left-handed batter as well. The wind by Hopkins, and the pitch is a roller foul to the right side for strike one. The tennis team will be back in action tomorrow as they'll host Montgomery County. Saw our tennis team practicing as I got here today. As the next pitch is outside, the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Our tennis teams will also have a match against St. Patrick here on the Hilltop on Thursday of this week. This next pitch is low and inside. Runs the count to 2-1. Over at third, Russ Persinger is stepping on the infield grass. So the next pitch is hit to right field. There to bring it in will be Jenkins for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down takes us back to the top of the order, and Bentley Crump. Crump a fly ball out to right field when he came to bat before. Nicholas County just 1 base runner so far. That came in a 2-out single by Braxton Manier. Down the left field line. First pitch to the plate is going to be outside and low for ball 1. In Harrison County's last 5 ball games, they've had 2 no-hitters and 2 one-hitters. This next pitch is taken for ball 2 as the pitching is becoming outstanding. And it's happening again today. So the next pitch is taken inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Crump. I'm sure he'll be taking all the way on this pitch. And the 3-0 is going to be on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And as we assumed, Crump was taking all the way. Circling the bat around is the center fielder, and the pitch is cued off the end of the bat foul. Hits the press box as the count goes full at 3-2. Crump looks down to Coach Earlywine for the sign before stepping back in the batter's box. 5-0, Thoroughbreds lead. We're in the top of the third inning. 3-2 pitch is a fly ball into right field, chasing after it. Jenkins, he's camping under it and will make the grab for out number 3. So for the second time in 3 innings, the Blue Jackets go down in order. As we head to the bottom of the third, your score remains Harrison County 5 and Nicholas County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
The Harrison County leads by a score of 5-0. It'll be Napier, Russ Persinger, and Roberts. At least that's who is scheduled to be coming to the plate. Harrison County with 2 in the first and 3 more in the second for their 5. Meanwhile, in his first ever varsity start, Ian Hopkins has retired all but 1 batter so far. So good things going on all around. Cynthia and Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Napier batting for the second time in the ball game. He popped out to short when he came to bat before. Good crowd on hand for today's game, despite the overcast clouds, which might be rain clouds by 10. First pitch is going to be inside for ball 1. Napier, who wears the number 30 on the back of his jersey, stands in. The wind and the next pitch is going to be inside again. This count goes to 2-0. Getting the sign from Manier is Linville, and the pitch is going to be outside. 3 balls and no strikes the count to Napier. Probably taking all the way on this one with no one on and no one out. And the pitch is going to be taken all the way. It's down low, ball 4. That is the third walk issued by Linville. We'll have a courtesy runner at first base. And he'll be held on by the first baseman, Asher Holland, as Russ Persinger comes to the plate. Russ grounded out to second when he came to bat before. Over at third, Adamson on the infield grass. Linville checks the runner at first, and the pitch is going to be taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Well, one thing that's happening is that Coach Whitaker is honing in on another milestone. So throw to first is not in time. And by that, what I mean is right now, he currently has 1,296 wins. So just 4 wins away from number 1,300. Linville gets the sign. And the pitch is going to be up high, and there will not be a throw down to second base as Sean Vaughn gets in there safely. So another runner in scoring position for the Breds. Russ Persinger batting an even .400 this year in this situation. Look back at second. And the pitch is going to be taken for a strike. This count goes to 1-2 on Russ Persinger. Breds have yet to score here in the third, but trying to make it so as Vaughn takes his lead from second. And the pitch to the plate, oh, that was over the head of Persinger. This count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now it's getting to the point where it's almost necessary to turn the lights on. It's looking very dusky out there. Vaughn can score if Persinger can put bat on ball, but the next pitch is going to be too high, and that'll load up the count at 3-2. Russ Persinger batting .385 with a 2-strike count on him. That's the best on the team. Right now, 3-2 the count. And now a throw back to second, but not in time. Dre Roberts on deck, awaiting his chance to bat in this inning. But first, let's see if we can get Russ on. From the stretch, Linville, as he gets the sign from Manier. And the payoff is up high, ball 4. So back-to-back walks begin the third inning for Nicholas County. Now I'll bring Dre Roberts back to the plate. Dre singled and scored back in his other plate appearance. That was last inning in the second. Let's see, Roberts on the season, batting an even .500 with runners in scoring position, 7 out of 14. A look back at second by Linville and his pitch. Squaring to bunt is Roberts, but bunts it too hard to the left side foul for strike 1. You know, like I said, the little things are what makes the difference between wins and losses, and bunts are one of those major factors that we call little things. Major League Baseball, they don't hardly bunt anymore. But it's an effective weapon if you've got a team that can do it. Several steps in on the grass. The third is Adams. Next pitch is going to be a pop-up foul, and we'll sail out of play behind us. They'll run the count to 0-2. Roberts batting for the right fielder, Simon Jenkins, today. We are in the bottom half of the third inning. Harrison County leads 5-0 over Nicholas. They have runners on first and second and nobody out, and a count of 0-2 on the batter, Roberts. Next pitch is sliced foul and out of play to the right side. This count remains at 0-2. Vaughn, who's running for Napier, takes his lead at second. Russ Persinger does the same at first. Linville, slow worker on the mound. And the 0-2 once again is up high and gets past the catcher. So another wild pitch will advance our runners 90 paces. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the Breds. And more specifically, Dre Roberts. Corner infielders move in. Middle infielders about halfway. 5-0 is not insurmountable. Next pitch is fouled out of play to the right side. So a couple of 2-strike foul balls. And here we go again with Cash Linville having to throw pitch after pitch after pitch because we keep fouling them off, fouling them off, fouling them off. That's what Roberts has done this plate appearance. Two strike foul balls. Next pitch is going to be inside as the count will go to even at 2-2. So Roberts stands back in. He'll choke up on the bat handle about a half an inch. And the break-even pitch is going to sail high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. Well, gosh, Linville's already to 84 pitches, and we're still just in the third. 84 in less than 3 innings is a lot. Payoff pitch is bounced foul. And what makes that an elevated pitch count? All these foul balls. See, the Breds have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 two-strike foul balls by Harrison County. We're only in the third. Next pitch is swatted down the left field line. Fair by about a foot or so. Coming home to score will be Vaughn. Right on his heels. Coming in as well will be Persinger on a great plate appearance that time by Dre Roberts. Just kept fouling off those 2 strike foul balls until he got one over the plate and drives in a couple of runs with the double. Harrison County now up 7-0. All right. Gotta love plate appearances like that. It's part of that chess match between batter and pitcher. Easton Martin back to the line now. Back to the batter's box. First pitch is swung on and missed, though, for strike 1. Martin singled and scored back in that 3-run second for the Breds. As for the umpteenth time this year, a lot of crooked numbers up on that scoreboard. Next pitch is a pop-up in the infield and behind the mound. Calling everyone off will be the shortstop, Jaden Robinson, for out number 1. So that'll take us back to the top of the order. And Ian Hopkins, who's been on base twice, reached on an error in the first and walked in the second. And is the main beneficiary of all these runs as he is the pitcher of record right now. Down at second base, Roberts takes his lead. And the first pitch to Hopkins is outside, 4-1. The live YouTube broadcast of this game is proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau, Palmer Hampton Realty, and Farm Credit Mid-America. Visit youtube.com/WCYN Sports. Next pitch is going to bounce up there. This count goes to 2-0 on Ian Hopkins. Ian's just been one of those players, just consistent all year long, not any great slumps. No time when he's blistered a 6-game hitting streak. Just always consistent. That's pretty special for a freshman. Here's a shot foul down the left side. The count goes to 2-1. Breds will play Bishop Brossart here on the Hilltop tomorrow. That's a 5:30 start against the Mustangs, so make plans now to come back if the rain will allow us. Look back at second by Linville. And the pitch is a bouncer to third, gloved. Well, actually went through the wickets of Adams for an error. Coming home to score is going to be Roberts, and on the throw home down to second base will go Hopkins. Good heads-up play by Hopkins there to make sure the ball was going to be thrown home. He's going to get on an error. You have to do that. But with 3 more runs, Harrison County up 8-0. Landon Custard back out at second to run for Hopkins as Blake Green will come to the plate. Green has both walked and struck out. He's also scored a run. Linville takes a look back at second, and the pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now, Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more. From the stretch, Linville. The 1-0 delivery is in the dirt. Gets away from Manier as he can't find it. Now he's found it, but it's going to be way too late. Down to third base goes Custard on the wild pitch. So another run for Harrison, now just 90 feet away as they turn the lights on here on the hilltop. Harrison County up 8-0 here in the bottom of the third. Over at third base, Adams is on the infield grass as the next pitch is going to be up high for ball 3. Green not showing any signs of possibly bunting, at least on that pitch. The wind and the next delivery is going to be taken for a strike. This count goes to 3-1. A 2-run double by Roberts, the big hit in this particular inning. 3-1 pitch is going to be inside, ball 4. So Green will head on down to first to put runners on the corners for Cooper Slade. Slade has popped up to the first baseman. He's also had a 2-out, 2-run seeing eye single. Over at first base, Green being held on by Holland. Also over at third base, Landon Custard running for Ian Hopkins. Now a throw to first, but not in time. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm Insurance is there. Are you looking for a new quote? Give Joe a call at 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Braves and Phillies. Phillies in action at Madison Central today. Phillies have won 10 in a row and now stand at 23-4. Here goes the runner, Green, down to second base. There will not be a throw. The pitch was low for ball 1. So another stolen base for Harrison County in this game. They've had multiple ones. Thoroughbreds batting at 373 batting average for the team. That's tied for 4th best in the state. Next pitch is up high for ball 2. As an individual, Donovan Walker's 8 home runs are tops in the state, tied for tops in the state, I should say. And as a team, Harrison County's 22 home runs is best in the state. There's a pop-up to the right side, but will sail into foul territory. It's going to be caught by the second baseman, Zimmerman. Tagging at third base, though, will be Landon Custard. And Harrison County will improve one more run to a 9-0 lead. Still, that was a heck of a catch by Zimmerman, as he was having to negotiate the line, the grade, as well as the fence all at the same time. He was able to negotiate that, although it did allow a runner to score. Donovan Walker to the plate now. Had an RBI base hit back in the first. He's also struck out in the game. As we said, Donovan with 8 home runs on the year. We are in the bottom of the third. Harrison County now up 9-0. First pitch to Walker is going to be inside for ball 1. Breds now have 52 doubles on the season. That's 4th best in the state. The 32 RBIs that Donovan Walker has presently is tied for 5th in the state individually. Next pitch is a grounder up the middle for a base hit. Coming around third and heading for home will be Green. The throw will be cut off. RBI base hit by Donovan Walker. Puts Harrison County in the lead 10-0. So another RBI. We were talking about Donovan and RBIs. That gives him another. And at the plate now, Jordan Persinger. Jordan is doubled. He's also struck out in the game. We have the Braves with 214 hits this season. That's 6th best in the state. And as we've mentioned many times, their average of 11.68 runs per game, the best in the Commonwealth. Linville takes a look over to first base. His pitch is in the dirt, stopped by Manier. His count goes to 1-0. Over at first base, Holland is holding Walker on. Leveling the bat is Jordan Persinger, the 9th man to bat in the inning for the Braves. Now, pitch is going to be called a strike. Look to be a little inside from here. 1-1 the count to number 17. Working from the stretch, Linville. Here's a throw to first, but not in time. Once again. This game, the 15th time this season in which the Braves have scored at least 10 runs. Here's a base hit up the middle. Going to third base, or trying to, is Walker, and he'll slide in there safely. A 2-scooter single by Jordan Persinger. Puts runners on the corners for the Braves. And now we flip things over and go back to the people who began this inning, which is Napier. Napier earlier in this inning walked. He's also had a pop out to short. Reds up 10-0 with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Linville, who came in with an 8+ earned run average, will see that actually go up as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Pitching-wise, the Braves have a 2.03 unearned run average as a team, which is 9th best in the state. Here's a throw to first. And as we mentioned last inning, over our last 5 ball games, over our last 6 ball games, we've had 2 no-hitters and 2 one-hitters. That's unbelievable. Next pitch is going to be a pop-up to the left side in foul territory. It is going to be just over the fence. First, I thought that the trio of left fielder Ethan Ritchie, shortstop Jaden Robinson, and Easton Adams, one of them was going to catch up with it, but it just kept sailing. So the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Napier. Over at first base, Holland holding Jordan Persinger on. You have 15 10-run games by Harrison County in 23. That's unreal as well. Next pitch taken up high for a ball. This count goes to 2-1. Bishop Broster will be coming to town tomorrow. We've already beaten them by a score of 10-0. That on March the 30th. Next pitch is swatted down the left field line and foul out of play. You'll even up the count, though, at 2 balls and 2 strikes. At El Paracutan, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan to visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutan. Was just there yesterday, in fact. Runners take their leads as Linville gets the sign from Manier. And now time is going to be called by Napier. The Breds very well could play Nicholas County again. If they do, it'll be in the district tournament in the championship game. From the stretch, Linville. And the break even is going to be inside and low for ball 3. Loads up the count at 3-2. Napier, the 10th batter to hit here in the 5th inning, or 4th inning, or 3rd inning. So what happens when my book gets all flipped over? Here's the throw to first, but not in time. Napier will stand back in. Just a sophomore. This team has a good mix of veterans and younger players. Here's a pitch that's going to be high and tight for ball 4, and that will load the bases with thoroughbreds with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Sean Vaughn will run at first base for Napier. As Russ Persinger comes to the plate, but first we'll have a change on the mound for Nicholas County. As Coach Earlywine has seen enough. So we'll figure out who the new pitcher is, and while he takes his warm-ups, your situation is this. We are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Harrison County leads by a score of 10-0. And they have the bases loaded with 2 outs. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Doug Hampton today at 859-588-7120 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Get back to action. Harrison County leading by a score of 10-0. The new pitcher on the mound for Nicholas County will be Parker Smith. Parker Smith, a freshman, making his debut as a varsity pitcher. So we'll see how he does in his experience today. 110 pitches were thrown by the starter, Cash Linville. So he just couldn't seem to get Harrison County out. So a full load there. Russ Persinger has walked, scored a run. He's also had a ground ball out to second base. With the bases loaded this year, Russ is a perfect 2 for 2, including that grand slam down at Milton High School when we were down in Florida. Parker Smith continuing his warm-ups. As soon as this game is over, or even right now, you can switch over to our app and listen to the Phillies game at Madison Central. Ed Lewis bringing you the call of that game. Phillies 23-4 with a 10-game winning streak on the line. Lady Indians are usually pretty tough in the 11th region. So a good test for our girls tonight. Just looking at the Lexington Herald today, and they had a big spread on South Warren. South Warren, the consensus #1 softball team in the state. And just kind of glancing over it, the biggest reason is they've got 6, count them, 6 Division I signees on the team. That's incredible. No wonder they're so good. So, who knows? Harrison County Phillies might face South Warren somewhere down the road. Just have to wait and see. All righty, Parker Smith has concluded his warm-up pitches and is patiently waiting for the batter to get on base, and we'll have a pinch hitter as Brock Coy will come in for Persinger. So Brock in the third. First pitch is taken outside for ball one. Let's see, Coy's numbers on the season, batting .429. 4 doubles, a triple, and 8 RBIs. He's also scored 23 runs. Next pitch is swung through and missed as the count evens up at 1-1. Coy on the year with the bases loaded is 0 for 0 with a walk. So this just the second time he's batted with the bases loaded. Driving in a run with a walk the last time. Next pitch is cued foul off the end of the bat and over the fair space dugout for strike 2. Walker at third, Jordan Persinger at second, and Sean Vaughn running for Napier. He's at first. The 1-2 pitch is going to stay high as the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison County leads 10-0 here in the bottom of the third. Reds with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 5 more here in the third inning. Break-even pitch is outside, and that'll load up the count at 3-2. So, since there are 2 outs and the bases are loaded, the runners will be off on the motion to the plate. As Coy awaits, the payoff pitch is tip foul into the mitt of Manier for strike 3. But the Reds do come up in the inning with 5 more runs. They did it courtesy of just 3 base hits. There was 1 Nicholas County error, and as it ends up, the bases were left loaded. So as we head to the top half of the 4th inning, your score, Harrison County 10 and Nicholas County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Ronnie Brown today at 502-542-1984 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Alrighty, as we go to the top of the 4th, your innings totals through 3 show Nicholas County with no runs, 1 hit. They've committed 3 errors in the ball game and have left 1 man on base. Meanwhile, for Harrison County, they have 10 runs on 8 base hits. They played errorless baseball and left 6 stranded. Here in the top of the 4th for the Blue Jackets, scheduled to come up, Jackson Zimmerman, Jaden Robinson, and Asher Holland against the pitching of Ian Hopkins, who has allowed just 1 base runner so far today. That a 2-out base hit by Braxton Manier down the left field line. Keaton Custard has come in for the Thoroughbreds to replace Napier behind the plate. So we'll pencil Keaton in there. Home plate umpire notifies the Harrison County bench of the change. We didn't have to notify us. We already knew it. Reds look as though they're well on their way to the 21st win of the season against just 2 losses. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1 to Zimmerman. Zimmerman popped out to short when he came to bat before. See, the Reds don't start their series with the Rockies until tomorrow. So the next pitch is taken for a strike. Cincinnati now 18-10. lead the National League Central by 1 game as they are ahead of the Cubs by that single game. Next pitch is taken outside as the count goes to 2-1. That series against the Rockies at Great American Ballpark, a 3-game series which starts tomorrow. Rockies 13-16 as the next pitch is taken for ball 3. Rockies unfortunately have to play in the same division as the Dodgers. Right now, the Colorado team finds itself last in the National League West. Hopkins peers in to get the sign from Custard, and the pitch is a bouncer under the glove of the third baseman, Russ Persinger. And right now we'll give that an error because he should have caught it. So with a runner on first and nobody out, Jaden Robinson will come to the plate. Jaden, a bouncer back to the mound his first time up. Over at first, Jordan Persinger will hold Zimmerman on. Zimmerman 1 for 2 in the stolen base department this year. Robinson bounced out to the mound his first time up. Sees the first pitch go by for strike 1 here. Reds up by 10 as the lights have started to take full effect here on the hilltop. As the next pitch is delivered, a fly ball into left field. Standing there and waiting on it and making the catch will be Martin for out number 1. They'll bring Asher Holland back to the plate. Holland a line out to second base when he came to bat before. Where's the number 8? Oh, it's Parker Smith. Not bad. Parker Smith batting. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Parker Smith on the year batting .273, has 3 doubles. Here's a throw to first, but not in time. And Zimmerman has to dust himself off before he takes his lead. Next pitch is going to be inside as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Wind still blowing out towards left as the next pitch is fouled off the press box. Runs the count to 2-1. For over 70 years, Weber Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department. Next pitch is going to sail high for a ball as the count goes to 3-1. 1 out, 1 on for Nicholas here in the top of the 4th. They trail 10-0 after losing 14-4 earlier this year to the Breds. Next pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. So a walk puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Cash Linville. I think it's going to be Linville. 16, it is Linville. We'll also have a courtesy runner over at first. That's Carter Alexander. Carter Alexander, a sophomore. Courtesy runner for Parker Smith. Linville ground out to second when he came to bat before. First pitch to him here is swung on and missed for strike 1. Nice fastball that time by Hopkins. Hopkins has struck out 1 today, but otherwise has just given up 3 base runners. This next pitch is swatted down the right field line for a base hit. Runners, at least 1 runner coming in to score. That's Zimmerman on the RBI double by Cash Linville. Harrison County's lead now 10-1. First base hit of the day for the Blue Jackets. But it was a hard hit ball down the right field line. They'll bring Braxton Manier back to the plate. Manier also a base hit his first time up. First delivery is going to be on the outside corner for strike one. Infield about halfway with runners at second and third. It's a 10-1 lead. Next pitch is fouled off. A swing that Menier did not mean to do. As the count goes to 0-2. Catcher levels his bat over his right shoulder. And the pitch is going to bounce away from Custard, but it bounced the way it needed to go for Harrison County to have no advancement by the runners on base as it rolled up the third base line. This count goes to 1-2 on Menier. Check of the runners. And the pitch to the plate is going to be outside and low as the count goes even at 2-2. But with this being Hopkins' first start, his arm may be tiring here in the top of the fourth. 10-1 your score. Harrison County leads. Here's a chopper foul to the left side. And that will run the count, or keep the count at 2-2. Leveling the bat once again is Menier. Check of the runners by Hopkins. And the payoff is fouled straight back. So a couple of two-strike foul balls by Menier have kept him alive in this plate appearance as more baseballs delivered to the home plate umpire. We've had a bunch of foul balls today. This game now about an hour and 45 minutes old. And we're in the fourth. The wind and the next pitch is going to be inside, and that'll load up the count at 3-2. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopkins has thrown 51 pitches. Here's a little foul ball to the left side. Sails out of play. So 3 two-strike foul balls by Menier. Stands back in there once again, trying to get a base hit, which might score 2. And the payoff is down low, ball 4. So a quality at bat big time by Menier. Puts the bases loaded for Avery Seibert. Seibert struck out his only other time to the plate. Now can draw his team a little bit closer than the 9-run deficit they find themselves in right now. From the stretch, Hopkins. And the first pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. No place to put him. Going to have to throw to Seibert. Seibert gets the sign from Coach Earlywine before standing back in the batter's box. And the pitch. Going to be down low once again. This count goes to 2-0. Keaton Custard flashed the sign to his battery mate on the mound. And the pitch is swung through and missed. Big pitch that time by Hopkins as the count goes to 2-1. Reds still lead 10-1 here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 delivery is cued foul off the end of the bat. Running the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still just 1 out. Stepping back into the batter's box once again will be Seibert. A look back at second, and the break even is going to sail in there high, loading the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the battling Blue Jackets making the most of their at-bats despite the score. payoff pitch is going to be down low, ball 4. That'll bring in Parker Smith. And Harrison County's lead now at 10-2. And the bases are still loaded after that RBI base on balls given up to Seibert. Coming to the plate now will be Easton Adams. Easton Adams will pop up to short, his only time to the plate before. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Corner infielders draw in, middle infielders about halfway. And the pitch is going to be down low and inside for ball 2. 10-2 your score. Harrison County still leading with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 5 more in the bottom of the third, but a couple of runs for Nicholas here in the top of the 4th. Next pitch is going to be taken for a strike, and Mr. Adams can't believe it. This count goes to 2-1. Adams, the 7th batter in the inning, which has so far garnered a couple of runs, and just 1 out. Next pitch is outside. Runs the count to 3-1. Well, once again, no place to put him. Choking up on the bat handle while crowding the plate is Adams, and the 3-2 is a little pop-up. Infield fly rule is called into play for the second out of the inning. So with the bases still packed and 2 outs, Ethan Ritchie will come to the plate. Ritchie, a fly ball to right field when he came to bat before. If he gets a hold to one somewhere, it may change the complexion of this game quite a bit. After Ritchie, we go back to the top of the order and Crump. First pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to the left fielder for the Nicholas County Blue Jackets. The wind and Hopkins' next pitch is swung on and missed. This count goes to 0-2, so Ritchie just 1 strike away from heading back to the dugout empty. Here's a pop-up, foul and out of play to the left side. So the count remains 0-2. Leveling the bat at the plate is Ritchie. And the pitch is going to be out of the strike zone. This count goes to 1-2. Ritchie, a freshman. The next pitch is tip foul. That was a hard one to stay off of, and even harder to make contact to keep alive. So the count still remains a ball and 2 strikes. Choking up on the bat handle about an inch is Ritchie. And the 1-2 is low and inside. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces wild across the board. Number 2 with a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs. And the break even is outside for ball 3. Big pitch upcoming for Nicholas County. This could possibly keep them in this ball game if Ritchie can get a hit. Hopkins gets the sign from Custard. And now time called by Ritchie. Stepped out of the batter's box to make sure he's not overwhelmed by the moment. Now he's ready to go. So is Hopkins. And the payoff pitch is a bouncer back to the mound. Glove by Hopkins. His throw to first is in time to end the inning. But 2 runs come across the plate for Nicholas County in the frame. They did it courtesy of just 1 base hit. There was 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. We're heading now to the bottom of the 4th with your score. Harrison County 10 and Nicholas County 2. You're listening to Thoroughbred Baseball on WCYN Sports.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Runs in the top half of this fourth inning. Back on the mound for his first full inning of work in relief will be Parker Smith. He'll be facing, at least scheduled to come to the plate. Looks like Simon Jenkins will bat for himself, and then Martin, and back to the top in Hopkins. So Simon Jenkins batting in the fourth. See, Jenkins on the season. Find him here. He's batting .250. Has a couple of doubles, a triple, and 4 RBIs. First delivery to him is going to hit him in the back. Ouch. That'll hurt him in the morning. Second time this season that Simon has been hit by a pitch. So with the runner on first and nobody out, coming to the bat now will be Sean Vaughn. So Vaughn batting in Martin's place.